Hello and welcome to my channel. This is the Goddess Tribe Tarot and this is your new moon reading. This is a pickup card reading and you have 3 piles to choose from. So pause the video if you need to and take a moment to decide which card you are choosing. Please choose intuitively. And we will start the reading right now. So pile number 1, your card is expect powerful change. So this is the energy, the cycle that the new that the new moon is working with you right now. So remember to hydrate yourselves. I'm getting that some of you might be working on communication. We are doing live shuffling, so please bear with me. This is a beautiful card, and it says new moon eclipse, which is actually kind of wonderful. So the new moon is what you manifest from. It's like a blank slate, a page, a new page for you to do anything with. And I know a lot of people mistake manifestation work with the full moon, but actually the full moon is for releasing. You've got all that light of the full moon to see what needs to be released clearly. Whereas the new moon is like that blank slate where you could do anything with it. And you're going to manifest from this ground zero from. And you can see all this light behind it with all of this beautiful aura and potential. And you don't always know exactly what's going on, but you know it's going to be magical. So I'm going to start by laying out the grid for your pile. This is going to be a really exciting reading for you guys. And for those of you wondering, I'm using the Macabre Tarot for this reading. All right. So the topic or cycle that this new moon is working with you on, pile number 1 is 10 of Cups. This is the happily ever after that you are trying to manifest into your life. This is sharing joy and happiness with other people after you've gotten yourself healed and really centered and happy within yourself, and you are ready to share that with other people. And the new moon is going to work with you on figuring out exactly what it is that you want, so that in your heart, when you're aligning with it, there's no disconnection or a mismatch between your energy and what it is that you are actually believing in. And what is cycling in during this time? You got 2 of crystals. So there's always an infinite flow of energy, of balance and imbalance. And I'm getting this message of getting your ducks in a row so that when you are bringing this in, this 10 of Cups, you're more balanced and ready. Your 3D life. This could be your health, your home, your finances, etc., which needs to be more balanced and in order. Like there might be some things going on in your 3D life that requires your attention so that you can get there. Sort of like when you're there's like a bunch of stones in some water and you're trying to get from one place to another, and you have to sort of hop, skip, jump from one stone to another before you can get to this destination that you are desiring. What is ready for progress and growth? You've got 6 of Bones here. You are ready to feel confident, to move ahead, to ignite that fire of inspiration within you. If you've been feeling inspired to do something and maybe you've been holding off until everything's perfect, you're ready. You're ready. You're ready to start feeling good about yourself, to feel confident and successful, even if it's not a 3D based, because this is fire energy, right? So you're ready to start making progress in your soul, your energy, your spiritual path. You're moving away from conflict with others, and you're ready to start focusing on your own path to success. What is hidden from you, which needs to be seen? The divine. You guys, I mean, genuinely, this is this is incredible. Excuse me, I just gotta clear my throat and take some water. What is hidden from you is the divine. These cycles that you don't see, which you've passed, which you've cleared, and which are coming up ahead. It's like you are the apple of the divine's eye right here in the center, but you can't see the scope of your path from the eyes of the divine, of goddess and God. And you need to see yourself and your situation from a higher perspective, from the eyes of God, of goddess, of the divine. I think it's being hidden from you for good reason, but it's ready for you to start seeing the signs that, and you know what? Sometimes you don't see with your eyes. You see with your heart. You see with your emotions, with your intuition, and maybe the first sign that's being hidden from you that you're ready to sort of see is in the way that you feel, right? Because it's coming underneath the 10 of Cups. And the serpent can be all about divine change and transformation. And I feel like sometimes you might feel squeezed in unpleasantly. And then other times there's this release and it's protecting you. What blank slate do I have to work with? The Lovers. This is Gemini energy. I don't usually go into astrology, but this is Gemini energy. This is seeing a situation from multiple perspectives and seeing the multifaceted potential. Being that this is a Lovers, the blank slate that you have to work with is love. So I'm getting the energy for this pile that you do not have. Excuse me. Yeah, this pile I'm seeing does not have a relationship, a romantic one. I'm seeing you are working on yourself and the different aspects of yourself so that you can better prepare yourself for divine love, which will be connected for you. So you have this blank slate to figure out, what is it that you want? What kind of love do you want to share with someone else? Who do you want to be? What areas do you need to work on and heal? The Lovers is card 6. And I don't know if you're into numerology at all, but in this you've got 5 and 1, which makes 6. And 6 is the number of, oops, sorry, that was my cat and she wants to come and say hello. I'm going to take her jumping up as a sign that Spirit is really ready to bring something into your life. Community, connection, love. But we need to figure out our own internal chaos, our adventure, our sense of independence and freedom, and really figure out who we are before we become someone that gives space within ourselves and our lives to other people. Oh, this pile, having a lot of throat chakra blockages, and some of you might be really blocked from communicating, or maybe there's just no one to communicate with about this. And I'm seeing you can communicate with the divine and also balance your perspectives within yourself and your narratives. How can you utilize this time more effectively? The Haunting of Cups is Queen energy, and you see how she's taken her head and turned it into a cup. And I'm seeing this is what you need to do to utilize your time right now, is to align your head and your heart so that your head, your mind space, your narratives, your thoughts, your beliefs, the script that you're writing about yourself and your future and potential, what could happen, needs to be aligned with your heart and what you want so that it's not so full of what you have experienced or your fears or what has been haunting you, and that it is actually available to fill with beautiful things. And you might need to remove your mind and your emotion from your physical circumstances. So if your physical life is not full of this beautiful, united, gorgeous love, then that's where your head and your mind and your heart need to be working on alignment, so that the 3D, when it does start coming in, will be in alignment with the intrinsic values and alignment that you've already worked on. So you need to work on your emotional maturity and your healing, and really clearing space out of things that don't need to be there. If you're holding on to emotional baggage, it's okay to take the lessons and then disconnect yourself, your mind and your heart from painful experiences you've had, or disappointments, or just bad investments. And what is your mantra for this cycle? Is, oh my goodness, I just heard perspiration. I feel like some of you might be getting the sweats. Like, this is supposed to be spirit, but you might be getting this spiritual and physical sweats where you're like really detoxing your energies to the point where it's perspiring out of you. Oh my goodness. But this is actually really good. You need to keep persevering and really recognize how far you've come in your own soul growth. Because the things that you have, the challenges that you have faced and are facing, they're not going to be there forever. So your mantra is to persevere, because you've got this. You've really got this. This bat is super cute. I don't know if bats are a spiritual animal for you, or if winged creatures are a special guide for you, but it's definitely saying you might not know it, but you are going to rise above all of these issues that could be preventing you. So just keep moving through the energy that might feel stuck or stagnant, and to just, you are really strong. Your energy is strong. You need to give yourself more credit for the things that you've been through and overcome. Because this alignment where you get to be your best, emotional, healed, nurturing, intuitive, wonderful, divine self, and where you get to share that beautiful, loving part of yourself with another beautiful, loving person who is on the same page. Two entities of the same soul, of the same love. You're gonna get there. And on the bottom of the deck is Judgment. So I'm seeing what you really, really need to work on. Manifesting for yourself through this new moon cycle is a new judgment. How are you judging yourself, others, the cycle you're in, the phase of life you're in, the potential? If you're having lots of nightmares or daymares where you can't get the what could go wrong out of your mind, this is the time to manifest a new script for yourself, and it does start within yourself. So really analyze your judgments. Which ones are healthy? Which ones are toxic? Which ones are just nitpicky? And where can you be upgrading yourself? And how you are perceiving things. I'm curious, don't underneath this actually. The Hanged. Okay. Yeah, your judgments are, I don't know if you can see that. Your judgments are definitely keeping you in suspension. They're keeping you stuck in one place, but you are the one who has the power to let them go. So it might be time to turn that frown upside down. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the animated movie James and the Giant Peach, but at the beginning of the movie, they're doing cloud watching, and there's a cloud that him and his parents are looking at, but he can't see it the way that they see it. So his mother says to him, try looking at it another way. So he turns his head, and the cloud turns into the Empire State Building. And he realizes that the cloud he used to think was something else, looked like something else, when he turned his perspective, actually turned into something else. And it was after he saw what they saw that they presented him with a ticket on this beautiful vacation for them to take together. I'm not going to ruin the movie for you guys, but if you haven't seen that movie, I definitely encourage you to see it. I would like to get some messages for you guys, some oracle messages. The divine is really, really working with you, and you really want to really connect with your higher self. So this new moon is working with you on the fragmented ways that you are seeing your Ten of Cups. You might be fragmented in the way you see it, in the way you are feeling it, where there's parts of you that can see this gorgeous, beautiful potential and you can really feel and align with it. But there might be other parts of you that feel haunted by negativity and darkness. And this new moon cycle is helping you to manifest a more whole feeling and perspective of what it is that you actually desire, so that you can heal these fragments and make them whole again. On the bottom of this deck, I wasn't going to do this, but it says lust. So some of what is keeping you fragment might be lust. It's either your lust or someone else's. Maybe you are worried that instead of getting this divine love with yourself and others, that it will be broken and it will be all based on lust and it won't be true. But I'm seeing that actually there can be success. You can have beautiful love with someone who you can heal and grow with, and you can have mutual lust with that is successful and wholesome at the same time, where it's not that tawdry lust of people who are non-discerning and skanky, but people who genuinely desire each other and only each other. And I'm seeing you, the new moon cycle wants you to manifest some deep healing regarding these issues. So the oracles want you to know that as far as what is cycling in right now and what is ready to progress and grow is your ferocious femininity. We've got the number 22, which is a divine master number. And numerologically, I just want to point out there is a lot of misconception. 44, 55, etc. They are not master numbers. The master numbers are 11, 22, and 33. That is it. But 22 is about taking your intuition and expanding upon it and bringing it into your reality. And it says Bastet and Sekhmet. So this is the goddess tribe. So for those of you who are working with cat goddesses, this is a very, very special message for you, especially those who are working with maybe past lives. And I don't know if you can see this card, but there's this gorgeous woman here, and there is this lioness with all these different cats and kittens around. I'm seeing the Ankh here, so that could definitely be a symbol that you want to watch out for. But right now, you are ready to bring in a animalistic, ferocious femininity for yourself and to grow your divine feminism. So you balance your feminine body, or your connection to female energy, and you are upgrading your feminine spirit. This success where the Six of Bones and the ferocious femininity is really, really intrinsically connected together. And I know that the Two of Crystals is supposed to be 3D, but this is the symbol of infinity. And with balance in your spiritual realm, you will gain more balance and manifestation in your physical self. And on the bottom is Branwen of the Starlit Ostara, a new beginning. So between now and Ostara, you might be going through a lot of new beginnings, new changes and transformations. And I'm saying embrace it. It could be multiples. I'm seeing 3, possibly be 4 different types of beginnings in different areas of your life or within yourself. I'm going to pull 2 more cards for your pile. We are almost out of time for this. How you can utilize this time more effectively, more efficiently, is to work on your synergy and healing. That's what's manifesting in for this pile. Deep healing and synergy. Some of you might want to do some spell work in your cauldrons. Maybe make a magical pot of soup. I don't know if that's coming in for you guys, but yes. And one more card. Oh my goodness. Oops. Okay, synchronistic right now. We got the Union of Hearts as well as that musical notification here. This is a union of hearts. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. You guys, this is what's coming in for you. That is what's coming in for you. And your mantra needs to, yes, it needs to be keep persevering, because there is a union of love that is going to defy explanation, and it's coming in. And love that is a sort of a cut above the rest. It takes time. It takes patience. You're not settling for something that's less than. You are uniting with someone who is the same caliber as your soul, and this is going to be absolutely beautiful. And I hope that you keep focusing on the love that you want instead of the broken loves that may have hurt you in the past. It's okay to let those narratives and those themes go. You deserve this new beginning. On the bottom, it says focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life, and that's what you need to do. Focus on the good attributes within yourself and your dream partner. Because your partner, I'm guessing, is not in your life right now. So for those of you who are manifesting your partner, don't focus on a specific person. Focus on yourself. Focus on love within yourself. This was your reading, and I hope that you got a lot out of it. Thank you for joining me, and I hope that you will return again soon. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. This is your reading. So let's get into it. Your card is a win-win outcome is forecast. So this is really, really great energy. You are, this new moon is working with you to bring through an outcome where either you and another person are winning, either together or in different ways, or where whatever situation you are concerned about is on its way to a favorable outcome. So we are live shuffling, and I'm going to set up the grid right now. Some of you might want to do some crystal work. Working with crystals, especially those that have pink, purple, pink and purple. Okay, pile 2. Just make sure you can see everything. All right. So which topic or cycle is this new moon working with pile 2 on? So it looks like you are working with a group of people to achieve something that you're all really excited about. This could also be working with your connections with people, with multiple people existing in your life or potential. What is cycling in during this time is an outcome, an ending of a big life cycle, as well as worldly influences. So what's coming in could be something from the outside world that could be affecting your connections with people, or maybe some information from an outside source that could help you create more flow emotionally. I'm also seeing the end of something and the completion of a really big cycle, and you might not really be seeing the whole picture of it. You might be only seeing a few drops of it. What is ready for progress and growth is the magician, your witchly self, your ability to create with the 3D and the non-physical. So what you are ready to progress with is your own power in being able to make things happen for you, manifest them, grow them, create them, to utilize or find resources that will help you accomplish your goals. What is hidden from you, which needs to be seen, is deception. There could be multiple people or one person controlling multiple narratives that are toxic and hurting you, or could be controlling or cutting off your resources or your ability to do things. This could also be where you need to be very strategic about what moves you're making, and rather than sharing them with everybody you know preemptively, you kind of keep it to yourself so that you can make your own flow happen how you need it without hurting other people the way they've hurt you. I'm seeing that there are moves that are being hidden where someone has either hurt you, or where maybe you might even be hurting yourself in ways that you aren't seeing, and you're starting this new moon cycle is starting to help you see the ways you've been hurt, the ways you have hurt yourself or other people, and also the the moves you have at your disposal and how you can best use them. What blank slate do you have to work with is the Massacre of Daggers. And the Massacre is king energy. This is masculine energy. So you might have a blank slate, either with someone who is very male or masculine and has a lot of control, and you might be getting a blank slate with them. This could be where you yourself are, how do I say this? Where you're sort of cutting out the bullshit and you've got this blank slate to decide, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? You've learned the lessons. You've survived the massacre. You've risen above your darkest self and the challenges in your life. And now you've got this blank slate. What do I want to do? What do I want to be? How do I want to handle my situation? You have this blank slate to really figure out, how are you going to view your situation? What do you want to learn? How are you going to help yourself and others? How can you utilize this time effectively? You have the Nine of Daggers. Right now, you need to utilize this new moon cycle to really see how you are keeping yourself stuck by viewing things from a toxic, negative standpoint, where you have been hurt and you want to hurt others. You might be stuck in having nightmares or daymares, panic attacks, really cycling and over focusing on all of the shit that's gone wrong, is going wrong, and could go wrong. And right now, you need to utilize this time to clear that out and manifest a new script for yourself. And I feel like that's what these two cards are saying, is you have this blank slate to write your story, your script, however you want. But your mindset is focused on the negative, and you need to change that so that you are removing all the swords and daggers and tears from your eyes and seeing things clearly, like, is this happening right this minute? Or am I just spiraling in a negative thought spiral? And it's asking you to gain control over how you are wielding your own thoughts, especially regarding the traumas that you've been through, where you want to learn the lessons without allowing those experiences to continue hurting you. And what is your mantra for this cycle is temperance, to balance your mind and your emotions so that what you fill your cup of self-love with is coming from a mind that is healthy and toxic, rather than spewing out negativity and toxicity. So your mantra is to be balanced and to give your mind and your heart space to heal and grow and gain new flow. On the bottom of the deck, you have 5 of Bones. And I'm seeing that there has been a lot of conflict in your life, energetically as well as with other people. And this new moon cycle is helping you come out of that. Or maybe you are in a cycle where there is a lot of this conflict with people. Yeah, and it comes out with the Hanged. So there might be conflict with other people as well as with yourself that's keeping you stuck, that's keeping you suspended in one or multiple areas. And it's helping you to see this so that you can move past it. I actually want to know what's underneath the Hanged. 8 of Crystals. Okay, yeah. You are definitely making moves, getting resources, doing what you need to do to get yourself unstuck from a situation that has a lot of challenge and conflict for you. There might be people in your life who are claiming to have your back and be excited for you, but are actually talking crap about you, or who aren't really excited about you, or who are trying to block your blessings without seeming like they're doing that. You might be the victim of gaslighting and narcissistic abuse, but I'm seeing there's a win-win forecast coming out where you're gonna win above these people. And maybe these people might not fail in life or whatever, but as far as you are concerned and your experience and your life and what you are working on, you're gonna win. You're gonna rise above regardless of what these people are doing. And the new people that are coming in, they will toast your success. They will let you know when shady business is about. And you have the power to get the resources you need, to use the resources you really have, to make a change in your life that could potentially lead to really great things. Because there's an ending of a cycle where maybe you've been brought down to the bare bones of yourself and who you are, and you don't know what's going to happen next, but you're being asked to have faith even if you can't see what's going on. We're gonna get some oracle cards. Okay, so the new moon cycle is helping you with a new you, a new path in life, a brand new beginning, where you might be getting new friends, new people in your life. And even if it doesn't have to do with new people in your life, this could be with yourself, where you are learning how to be happy with yourself in new ways, getting some new healing, unblocking some things within yourself and your heart, and getting some really good new heart flow, reigniting the spark of your heart and your soul within yourself. Yeah. And the moon is coming out on the bottom of the deck for this. And it's funny because this is the first card and this is the last card of the deck. So the fact that they both came out for you is so, so poignant. Where you are coming through an ending and into a beginning, and you're starting to see how the fibers are coming together and intertwining together. And you might not be able to see this in the 3D because a lot of this work is happening within yourself and around you. And the new moon, as well as the full moon, are really, really, really poignant. So the new moon is about manifesting. It's a blank slate for you to manifest from. And a lot of people mistake that for the full moon because the full moon is full, it's beautiful, it's bright, but the full moon is actually not about manifesting. It's about what you need to release. So I feel like this new moon cycle is helping to prepare you for a huge release of something in your life. Yeah, and underneath that is meditation. So do a lot of meditating and emotional, spiritual soul work during this time. So, what is cycling in and what is ready for progress and growth for you is Yemaya, Mother of All, Divine Care. And I don't know why, but for this one, I'm really being drawn to the number 4 that's on this. And the number 4 is all about stability, structure, making sure that your foundation is in order. And you really need to take care of your own foundations. This is a good time to be really focused on yourself instead of other people. So if there are people coming in and really wanting a lot of your attention, your time, your resources, your energy, it's okay for you to be like, you know what, actually, I'm not available for you right now. I need to take care of myself right now. And people might not like that, but if you are honest, you give them the opportunity to respect your honesty, and you give yourself the opportunity to see how they respond to you. And also, you can give some of your attention, but be very balanced about it. Like, have good boundaries. Like, I can be here for you, but I've only got an hour. Or I can talk to you on the phone for 15 minutes, but then I have to go and do something else. You really want to take care of yourself, divine care. The moon is coming out again. This new moon for this pile is really setting you up for the full moon cycle to release something huge. I feel this is going to be a huge energetic releasing of your heart, of your soul, maybe even your physical self, where something is released and you might feel this huge blockage break open, like a dam being released, and it's so huge. You might not even be able to conceive of how big this is going to be for you. I'm seeing that there are going to be multiple cycles of release and growth for you. On the bottom of this one says Witch of the Winter Woods, healing. And this, what you're ready to heal. You're ready to take care of yourself, to heal, to focus on what you need to do, to heal through endings and to create new beginnings. If you see the world, oh my goodness, I didn't see this. Okay, you know how when I was talking about how this is the first card of that deck and then the moon was the last card of that deck? Well, in the tarot, the world is the last card of the deck. And the magician, well, actually, the fool is number 0, but the magician is number 1. So you are literally coming out of an ending of your huge life cycle. This is a big, massive bam. And coming into a new beginning that is going to give you lots of things to work with. And you're asking to take really good care of yourself and to connect with so this is the Goddess Tribe Tarot. So this is my channel. So I'm saying that in your goddess tribe, whichever goddess has the most mother feeling energy, like your mother goddess, is really, really working with you to take care of you and help you heal. Yeah, and you're gonna come into some sort of creative inspiration the more healing you do. Okay, the blank slate you have to work with and how you can utilize this time efficiently and effectively is Cauldron, Synergy and Healing. This card also came out for pile 1. I don't know if you watched that one, but we did shuffle the deck. But you do need to work on synergy and healing. And since you did come out with healing as your bottom of the deck for divine care, I do feel like this is really, really important for you. This moon cycle, you have this blank slate to direct your own healing, to clear the slate of the things that have been causing you nightmares and keeping you in this spiral of anxiety and negativity. And you're going to start seeing the synergy of that healing that's going to help you become more balanced and have more temperance so that you have more self-control over your mindset and your emotions and how they affect you. And I'm seeing you might want to do some witchy work. I'm seeing special teas that you make and set intentions into, maybe some soup broths, chicken broths, allowing spirit to be present in the things that you do. And on the bottom of this is dawn, light after darkness. And this new moon is really going to bring you another moon cycle. This pile is very, very connected to the next full moon that's coming up. So this new moon is setting up really big for something in the full moon. And I'm not seeing that it's going to be in your 3D. I'm seeing it's going to be within yourself. This is going to be a personal release of some kind. And you are really seeing more light. I'm feeling that some of you had a really, really dark cycle, and maybe even within yourself, like maybe you felt your darkness so strongly that you thought like your humanity or your soul had been fractured, compromised, broken. And I'm seeing that you're actually, oh my God, I'm gonna cry, you guys. I'm seeing that you're starting to see your light, and just how high you can fly, like a bird that's been in a cage, and you're starting to see how you can set yourself free from the inside out. Oh my God, I'm crying, you guys. Excuse me. Some of you might have felt like your humanity, your soul, a part of it died inside of you or through the darkness you've experienced. And I'm seeing that divine is coming in to see and help you manifest this new spark of life where you're being given a new light to replace whatever was lost within you. Apple, risk and reward. Doing shadow work is a risk, and you are being rewarded. And yes, maybe you bled, but look, this person took a bite. It looks like a heart. We have to do heart and soul work, and that's a risk that you have to take, but you have taken it, and you are ready to take a leap of faith because there are going to be rewards. And so you guys got 2 clarifiers for this. Actually, you guys got 4. I felt drawn to draw 4 cards for you guys. So we're gonna lay them out here, and I'm gonna show you them. This is for your mantra. You want to embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. During this new moon cycle, I feel like you're going to be going through a lot of emotional highs and lows, and just ride the waves and don't judge yourself for them. Just know that this is all a part of purging the toxicity and the things that don't need to be there. And this is completely natural, normal. Don't overjudge yourself for this. Allow yourself to ride the wave. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. So not only does this mean that other people might be coming in to help you and show you they care in small ways, but you also want to show that you care about other people as well as yourself. So how can you support yourself so that at some point you can support other people? And a lot of times we think that our only function in someone's life is to serve them or to be of service to someone else, but we need to be of service to ourselves first. It's not talking about narcissism or being selfish. This is talking about working on yourself so that you have a solid sense of yourself from which to work with, so that you know what your limits are and how you can support others and yourself without running yourself ragged. Like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. If there are people in your life who are only loving to you when they need your attention, that's not love. And if you want love for yourself, but you're not showing yourself love, or you're having troubles feeling like you are lovable, now is the time to really manifest more love for yourself. This person's holding a small doll that's shaped sort of like a butterfly fairy. I'm seeing some of you might need to do poppet work. You might need to make a poppet or a voodoo doll of yourself and then just give it all the love that you can, or like plant a plant or something and then give it lots of love and attention energetically and good thoughts. I'm seeing some of you might need to do some witchy work in order to love yourself more. So that, because the people who are going to come into your life to love you are going to be drawn to you because of the way you love and respect yourself first. And that's going to be inspiring for someone, for people who come into your life or who are already in your life. And those people who don't like you loving yourself more, it doesn't mean that you come across as someone who's bitchy. It means that you come across as someone who is really centered in yourself. Love this new beginning you're in. Love the transitions. Love cycles you're going through. Learn how to love them. Back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. And this coming out with like attracts like is very, very strong. Oh, I didn't realize this, but this is number 2 and this is number 3. So yes, in order for you to attract what you want, you need to reevaluate what you want. So this new moon cycle is giving you the opportunity to figure out exactly what do you want. Are there things from your past that you want to bring back? Like dreams that you've given up on, goals and projects, aspects of yourself, some innocent within yourself, some aspect of yourself that you might have felt like you sold out on. Do you want to get that back? Learn to love that and heal it and appreciate it, and just know that the darkness is behind you. And look at all these butterflies. For this pile, butterflies and birds, as what this sun has a face in it. So I don't know if those are symbols for you, like the sun symbol with the face in it, with birds and butterflies, but those could be really strong symbols for you because there's a lot of butterfly energy in this pile. And on the bottom of the deck, practice compassion. See things from a different perspective. You need to give yourself a lot of compassion. I feel like this pile needs to heal themselves and how they feel about themselves. No matter who has stabbed you in the back, told you crap about yourself, you deserve compassion. You deserve to give yourself a different perspective. People are always going to want to be cutthroat, but you don't have to let them access you. Forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. You might have done something or been a person that you are ashamed of, and you're being asked to forgive yourself, to release the burden of pain and shame that you have caused yourself, as well to release the burdens of pain and shame that other people have deposited on you. And forgiveness is a very difficult concept. If you're not ready to forgive, or if you don't believe in forgiveness right now, that's okay. Don't think of it as forgiveness. Think of it as releasing burdens on you that you no longer need or want to carry. Look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. So this new moon is saying that you are going to have an outcome that is winning and wonderful, but you need to look at your patterns in relationships. Who are you choosing to show up as? How are your traumas dictating your partners and how you react to things? Who are you showing up as, and how are you enabling other people to show up? Are you enabling people to show up in supportive and compassionate ways? Or are you enabling people to show up as this 7 of daggers, that where people just keep stabbing you over and over and over again, but you keep out this hope that one day they will clean their crap up? Like, sweetheart, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. So you have to clean up your crap. Clean up your own crap. Clean up your own toxic ways, your own toxic behaviors, your own toxic habits, the way that you talk about yourself, your beliefs, the script that you have written, that has been written about you, or that you have adopted from other people throughout your life. What scripts, what narratives, what sort of books have people written about you? How have people written their reports about you that you have been like, okay, fine, everybody's saying this, so I believe it too? How can you be compassionate? How can you release that? How can you change those patterns and stop buying into them? This is sort of like when a child is told for their whole life that they're a bad kid, when really it's a bad adults. And now you're an adult who thinks you're a bad adult, so you behave in bad ways because you're coming from a place of bitterness. But it's time to release that, because you don't need to be this bitter Betty anymore. You can cut that crap out and be like, actually, you guys are the clowns. And I'm the one who has control over how I see myself, because you can see yourself from a different perspective. And you deserve that. You deserve that. You deserve to go back to loving yourself. You deserve to like yourself. You deserve to support yourself. And you deserve to embrace your emotions, the good and the bad, and not judge yourself, but accept them and the lessons that they are bringing you. Okay, pile 2. This has been your reading. I feel like I need one more rest message. I didn't do this for pile number 1, but I'm going to do it for you. Okay, the last message for this pile, I did not do this for pile number 1, but I'm going to do for you. I've got an oracle bowl here. I've never seen anybody do this before, but this is mine. This one says Reiki and meditation. So for your pile, you really want, for this new moon cycle, to do Reiki, energy healing, and to do some meditation on what it is that you want and how you can be your own best support system. There won't always be people who support you, so you need to learn how to be supportive of your own self. When there aren't people to pump you up and shout you accolades, you need to do the things that are good for you, even if nobody sees you doing them. That's actually, you know, when people, they give to charity and they're so proud of themselves that they tell everybody and they take pictures and they videotape them and they post about it online. That's selfish, narcissistic bullshit. And those people aren't doing it to help others. Those people are doing it to help their own ego trip. And that's wrong. And I'm seeing that there won't always be people in your life who do that to you. And there won't always be people around for you to do that to. So this is a good opportunity for you to get some balance between the people who are genuinely in your life versus the people who are only flitting in and out. And to meditate on who you want to be. This brand new version of you. You can be anyone. And this new moon is saying, who do you want to be? Figure it out. And do some energy healing for yourself to help you there and to release these blockages and burdens keeping you trapped in place. Okay, pile 2, this was your reading. I hope you got a lot out of it, and I look forward to seeing you guys here again. Please embrace this new moon cycle. It has great things for you. It is setting you up for great breakthroughs within your heart and your soul and your mind and your spirit. This is a very spiritual reading. And you guys are going to have some really great breakthroughs and connections with yourself and spirit. So thank you for coming and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is your new moon reading. And your card is Be Bold and Make the First Move. This one came out in reversed, so I'm seeing that this pile may be struggling with making the first move towards something that they want or need to do. However, it looks like you have everything within you that you need in order to make it happen. You just need confidence. So I'm going to set up the grid, and this is a live shuffle. We are using the Macabre Tarot deck. Pile number 3. You guys might need to go out and spend some time in nature, around some trees. Go do some stargazing. Oh my goodness. Okay, pile number 3. Which topic or cycle is this new moon working with you on? And you have the 4 of Daggers, which is a time after heartbreak and stress and challenge, where you are now taking time to yourself to isolate yourself from other people and experiences and outside influences, to heal and rest and center yourself, where you are building new foundations for your mindset in which to move forward for, so that new things can grow. And this new moon cycle is helping you to make the first move towards doing some of this mindset work, where you are clear cutting the different people, perspectives, and challenges that you have been facing that might have already finished or might be trying to get at you, and you're building some really healthy boundaries. What is cycling in for you during this time is Nightmare of Cups. This is the night energy, and right now you are right now you are seeking out healthier emotional experiences and developments within yourself. You're really paying attention to what toxic crap is going on within your heart and your relationships and your own emotional integrity and emotion and maturity. And you're trying to sort of climb out of bad situations and also eliminate and expel whatever is going on in that situation that you don't need sorry, my cat is in the room and she's playing with something. And I'm feeling maybe that's a message, like something wants to play with you, but you're in work mode right now. You're like working on your mind and your emotions and you're healing and you don't want to be played with. But it's okay to have some fun and enjoy yourself while you're pursuing higher quality emotional pursuits. Cass. Someone might really want your attention and you are really focused on what you need to do and you just need to let them be disappointed for a while to do their own thing and work on themselves while you work on yours. What is ready for progress and growth? Oh, my cat is just playing around. I think so you have the devil card, and I'm just gonna take my cat playing really loudly right now as a sign that something wants to play with you, and you might really want to play too, but you're ready to grow past the playtime, which leads to darkness and evil and temptation and shadows, and you're ready to grow into playtime and attention and interactivity that is positive and fun and innocent. And you're ready to do some deep, deep shadow work and to release toxic influences, habits, and personas within yourself as well as your external environment. What is hidden from you which needs to be seen? 8 of Crystals. I'm seeing that there are some things in your 3D which you need to be doing and taking care of, which you might be avoiding. Maybe some work that you need to be doing on your physical body, your home, your finances, your garden. You might have done a lot of work on something in your 3D environment, and you might be looking at what you're working on right now and not noticing all the other things that you've actually accomplished that do add up, right? If you only look at $1, then that's $1. But if you look behind you and you see lots of dollars, you're like, whoa, I've got way more than just this $1 in my hand. And you might need to see that you have more resources to work with than what you realize, or that you might not be acknowledging the progress that you've made. Maybe you've made some progress in your health, in your wellness. Maybe you're taking care of your home in a different way or your physical environment, and you might not be acknowledging just how much work and energy it took to do that. You also need to see the different steps that you can be taking in order to help yourself that you might not be seeing at the moment, or resources available to you that you just haven't been aware of. What blank slate do you have to work with? 3 of Crystals. Yeah, you have some resources. It might not be 100% of your resources, but you have enough resources in the physical realm to get you started on something. So let's say this is working out. Let's say you're doing strength training and you've got a barbell and some weights and some resistance bands, but it's not a full gym. You know what? That's enough to get you started. That's enough to get you started. You could be getting yourself started on a project, and instead of waiting until you have 100% of everything, You're like, okay, I've got enough stuff to start working with, and I can do this now. But you have this blank slate where you have some resources and you can really do anything with them. You just might need to decide which project you want to work with. There might be multiple things you want to work on, and you've got resources for all of them, but you just need to figure out, okay, which one am I going to work on first? And it's your choice. Blank slate. What do you want? How can you utilize this time more effectively? You have the Hermit. And I really like this card actually, because he's got this lantern, but it's in the shape of a potion bottle, and you can see how it's illuminated, but there's also bubbles around it, and it's really cool. I've also noticed that his staff is also sort of in the shape of a Grim Reaper's scythe, sort of. So you can use this time by cutting out the unnecessary distractions and really focusing on yourself and your path and what you need to do. You might really need to isolate yourself. So even if you've been in a long-term isolation mode, I'm saying keep going for a little bit longer. Because if you really work hard on your path and what you really need to do, you're going to be ready to come out of this hermit mode quicker than you think. And trust your guidance and your intuition and where you're being led, because you might not have control over everything that's going on in your life, but utilize the situations that you do have control over to the best of your abilities by not allowing yourself to be distracted. And also do some of that deep introspective work to see what have you learned on your path so far. Because sometimes we're so busy moving forward that we forget to acknowledge that there's deep work to be done. You can't work on yourself if you're partying all the time. If you're like, okay, so some people, they say they're working on themselves, but really they're out dating. And if you're dating people, you're not working on yourself, because you can't be distracting yourself with outside people while doing your own work. Because when you isolate yourself and shut everybody else out for a while, that's when you do that really deep work. Not the superficial surface level work, but the deep work that you need to do alone. And that is how you utilize this new moon cycle most efficiently, is by isolating yourself, cutting yourself off from other people, and really figuring out where you're going, where you've been, what lessons you've learned, what lessons you still need to learn, and being really honest about the person you've been, the person you are, and the person that you want to be, and how you can bridge the gap between all of them. Even if you've been a great person or a really crappy person, you need to acknowledge those truths. You might have been both really good to some people and really shitty to other people, and you need to own the fact that maybe in someone else's story, you're the bad guy, and maybe in someone else's story, you're the hero. But don't move forward planning on being one version of yourself if you haven't even been able to see your whole potential. Because you see, this person's wearing a mask to avoid getting the plague, and he's got glasses on that's protecting his eyes. You might be so busy protecting yourself that you're blocking everybody else out from seeing who you truly are, or even being able to see who you could truly be. You might be stuck in a definition of who you think you are, and right now you're being asked to do some deep self-reflection, because you might be really unfair to yourself by taking on the burdens of your journey so far and not allowing yourself to unpack some of that baggage, because you don't have to take all the baggage with you. Like, it's sort of like going to the dump, right? You pack all of your trash up, you take it to the dump, and you leave it there, and someone deals with it. But if you don't know that the dump exists, and you just let all that trash pile up in your back in your front yard, and you're just getting stressed out, and then suddenly you realize, hey, there's a resource that will help me get rid of this. Your own self-reflection, your own internal work, getting therapy, really being honest with yourself about what you've been through, what you've overcome, the lessons you've learned, lessons you haven't learned. What is your mantra for this cycle? Four of Bones. This is fire energy. The mantra for this is going to be something along the lines of, anything is possible when I align my energies correctly. This is like the dream. This is the vision of what you want. You've got the structure, right? What are you going to fill it with? How do you bring what you want into your energetic visual space? This is like the vision of a happily ever after that you've always held within yourself, but maybe you're too afraid to look at. And I feel like your mantra for this new moon cycle is to infuse new energy into the desires that you have for your future. So is your energy aligning with the future that you have designed for yourself? Are there adjustments that you want to make to this vision as you go forward? How can you paint this picture the way that you want it to? I'm also getting this idea, if like sort of like a picture frame, like if someone else put their picture of what they want your reality to be in there, and you're kind of like peeling off the backing, and you're like, oh my goodness, it's not even my picture. Like when someone gives you a picture frame and there's a picture of someone else in it, and you're like, who the heck is that? That's not me. I don't even know that person. And you might be like looking at this picture of a something and being like, well, how did that get there? That's not what I want. That's what they want. And you might be like clarifying the vision of what you want and then infusing it with your energy and really creating a better foundation, a better structure energetically and spiritually within yourself, so that you are coming from a more balanced alignment between your energy and the vision that you desire for yourself to be manifested into reality. But no one else can do this for you. Be bold and make the first move. You have to decide what your vision is. You have to decide how you're going to direct your energy and where you're going to let it settle and grow. Your underlying card is the Nine of Daggers. And you've also got the Three of Cups. But the Nine of Daggers is saying that you might be really focused mentally on all the bad stuff, on traumas, anxiety, panic attacks, nightmares, daymares, where you are constantly focusing your thoughts and your emotions on what could go wrong and what has gone wrong. And I'm seeing that what you really need to do is to clear this space so you can manifest some really positive emotions. And maybe you don't have a lot of physical people around you, but you have a lot of spiritual support. This channel is the Goddess Tribe Tarot. So you might have multiple goddesses, gods, angels, divine source working with you in multiple areas of your life to help you heal your heart and create emotional growth and flow that brings happiness and positivity. But you need to stop focusing on all these daggers up and around you, and maybe focus on the potential of what could be coming in that could be beautiful and wonderful. So we're going to get some oracle cards to get some clarity. If someone's coming in wearing like heavy chains, gold chains, all superficial, bro, cut that crap out, okay? I don't need that crap in my life. Do you? Do you need someone who's so busy trying to impress you with their materialistic self that they haven't acknowledged that their mind and emotion and their personality needs work too? Or maybe that's an aspect of you. If there are really dark shadows, evil parts within yourself that need to be acknowledged and work on, and you're ready to grow from that. You're ready to leave the dark shadows behind. You're ready to leave the toxic influences behind. This might also be about addictions and toxicity. If you are addicted to a substance or a behavior or a habit or a relationship of some kind or someone's approval, you are ready to grow from that and let it out. So the new moon is helping you with healing, and with the Four of Daggers and Grove, this is the perfect alignment. Right now, you are in the perfect spot with this new moon cycle to help you disconnect from the outside world and focus on your inside world, your inside self, your own self, your mind, your heart, your body, your soul. Really, really heal yourself from the inside out. And on the bottom of the deck is belonging. You might be struggling with figuring out where you belong. But as you do this healing, you're gonna figure out that you belong to yourself. This came up for another reading. It's not coming up as strong for this reading as it was for the last one. But Jessica Simpson has this song, I Belong to Me. And in it she says, I belong to me, I don't belong to you. This is my confession. And I believe that that might be an important message for you too, where you're realizing that as long as you can heal yourself and be whole within your heart, your mind, and your soul, and your own body, that you belong to yourself and you don't have to belong to someone else. You will find your own sense of belonging. Okay? What is cycling in and is ready for progress and growth during this new moon cycle is November's Sanctuary. I want you to see this a little. I don't know if you can see this. You might be just hanging out with yourself and your pets. You might have like a couple cats or dogs or whatever, and just keeping to yourself, and that is perfectly okay. So right now what's coming in is a cycle of isolation, which is going to help you heal and help you develop sort of a sanctuary within yourself and your home spaces. And as you grow emotionally and work through your dark shadows and your dark aspects and eliminate toxicity from your life, you're gonna feel actually I want some more information on this one. So in the book it says, what can I do right now to nourish and rejuvenate my mind, heart, and soul? Yes, this is kind of what we've been saying this whole time. Even nature slows down and rests during the dark half of the year, the autumn and winter months. yet everything is still accomplished at its appropriate time. Whether it be for a few days, a few hours, or just a few minutes or months, take some time to retreat into your own sacred sanctuary for a break. If you have been in a state of busyness, filling everyone else's cup but your own, or in a state of non-healing, give yourself permission right now to replenish your own cup. In today's hyper-masculine world, we are led to believe that being constantly busy, pushing forward, and doing is not only normal, but admirable. While of course we need to apply action and persistence to achieve and maintain anything we truly desire in life, there are times when the most productive thing we can do is to slow down, take time to rest, and just be. Feeling overwhelmed and burned out by the many tasks and responsibilities that must be undertaken, this woman has listened to her intuition and body and decided to retreat into her sacred sanctuary for a few hours on a chilly autumn night. Accompanied by her animal companions, the soft glow of candles, a tarot pack, and a hot drink, she knows that time dedicated to rebalancing her energy, connecting with her higher self, and aligning with her true intentions is time well spent. I feel like that was an important message for all of you guys in this pile. It's okay to take some time to yourself to just rest and recuperate. And honestly, I know that this wasn't your mantra card, but I do believe that is the major theme of this new moon cycle is rest and recuperate. Because you're doing all this deep inner work while also making small and also maybe big steps towards important things in your 3D realm. And on the bottom of the deck is Persephone, maturity. Now this channel is called the Goddess Tribe Tarot, so Persephone may be one of the goddesses in your goddess tribe, and she is helping you to mature. And this is really in line with the devil energy, because Persephone went down into the underworld and chose to marry Hades. And Hades is not the devil, but as far as underworld beings go, we'll just go with this one. And Persephone is helping you figure out which dark aspects of you are worth keeping on to and which dark aspects are not, whilst also remembering that there is still light. So you're balancing out your dark side and your good side while keeping yourself centered in the center, because you are finding out that you have your own throne within yourself. And that's where you are centered. Okay, we got a shout out from Spirit to utilize the time that you've got right now wisely. There's a lot of healing work that needs to be done, whilst also allowing yourself to make steps in your physical realm. I feel like this pile is working on multiple things, both in your emotional, mental, dark shadows aspects, but also in your physical realm. And don't forget, if you're in a situation where you're trying to break an addiction of some kind, that takes not only mental and emotional and spiritual work, but also physical work. And that deserves acknowledgement. If you've been doing this work to, stay sober, stay clean, not give in to bad habits or toxic behaviors, that's okay. The blank slate you have to work with and how you can utilize this time effectively is barmbrack bread with sweetness and synergy. And the underlying energy is joy, rejoicing in the present. I feel like this is really important for you guys. Because you are doing these steps in your 3D whilst doing deep personal inner work and figuring out what your vision for your future is that you are going to be creating and working towards. Infuse this with sweetness so that it all comes together synergistically. Barmbrack bread is, I believe it's a special type of bread where you hide a penny inside, and the person who finds the penny in the bread is going to have special extra luck all year long. I'm going to find that in the book. I don't usually do this, but we're going to do this today. Barmbrack says, a pea, a cloth, a coin, a ring, and stick within a loaf of speckled sweetness. Slice it and eat it, a glimpse of my fate's completeness. I actually love this card. I love this card. This energy, glowing, orange, yellow, earthy, wonderful colors. And then you've got this joyful, which is just wonderful. So you guys might want to consider connecting with the color of pumpkins and illuminated lanterns and stuff. So it says, not quite a cake and not quite a bread. Barmbrack is a sweet loaf, larger than a typical bread loaf, baked with sugar, flour, salt, and dried fruits such as raisins. The making of barmbrack is an Irish tradition that still stands around Samhain, which is Halloween. The person baking the loaf would be sure to set the intention of love, truth, and synergy while preparing. Inside the dough, a number of special objects are hidden and baked into the loaf. The objects are used as kind of a random oracle. Each one has a particular meaning which represents the fate of the person who found it inside their slice. The traditional objects include a coin, a pea, a stick, a ring, and a small piece of cloth like muslin. Some other additions in more modern times were medals. Should you slice the brack containing a coin, this would indicate prosperity and good luck. The pea, unfortunately, meant that no marriage would occur for that year, yet finding the ring meant a marriage was certain. The stick, to be avoided at all costs, indicated disputes and unhappiness, and finding the cloth meant bad luck and little money ahead. When you pull the Barmbrack card, it indicates a curiosity to know what is ahead, but it's important to balance that with the now. After all, we have the tools to change our future should we choose. The sweet synergy of Barmbrack. All the ingredients, including the objects, are more complete and powerful together than they were individually. Should encourage you to seek your own sweet spot. I just want to say, you can change your meanings. The P doesn't mean no marriage. The P could mean, so you can apply your own meanings. But to me, I was seeing, okay, so coin could mean prosperity. The P could mean planting seeds that will be fruitful in a future season. A ring could mean a relationship or marriage. And this stick, which is usually wood, could mean wisdom of things that have already grown. And cloth could mean weaving a new web, a new fabric of your own story. You know, like a quilt in your own story. You could be adding a new chapter to your story in the quilt of your life. So you can create meanings for your own self and your own path that are sweet and synergistic with what you're experiencing. You don't have to take someone else's definition of you and your path. Oh, right. And joy. Um, so you can create something sweet and joyful. Um, and you don't have to ignore the blind spots, but you can acknowledge that the darkness is behind you, and you don't have to keep focusing on it all the time. Might be someone that really wants to focus or is used to focusing on bad things that you've done or experienced, sort of in a perpetual cycle of shame and karma. But I'm seeing you might have already cleared out some of your bad karma to the point where you've earned a fresh new blank slate, and you can continue infusing it with crappy energy, or you can infuse it with sweetness and joy and a synergy where you have options in your 3D and there's space to write a new vision for your future while you overcome huge personal um, hurdles and lessons in your personal journey. And the Hermit is not just a current state. This is a big life experience where there is some aspect of yourself and your journey that is changing so deeply and so profoundly that you need to be doing this work alone without sharing it with other people in order for you to get to the point where you can reintegrate yourself back into the fold. So I'm just getting one more card. I'm only looking for one card. I feel like these cards need to be cleared. You feel like you might be really distracted by a bunch of different things that you feel like you need to do and focus on, a bunch of things that need your focus, but you actually might just be distracted by outside forces. And if it's not outside forces, it's okay to just focus on one thing at a time. It doesn't mean you're neglecting all those other things. So your mantra, slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. Yeah, the Eight of Crystals is a slow-moving energy where you're not rushing through things to get them done. You're doing each thing properly and then moving on to the next thing. And it's okay to take your time and make space for yourself to do this work rather than rushing yourself. Patience is a virtue. And on the bottom is new love. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. I don't agree with the description there, but I do believe that as you slow down and work on what you need to work on, you're going to start feeling this new love within yourself and your journey, and you're going to start enjoying yourself and your life in a new way. And you're allowed to take some time to experience this and luxuriate in it and appreciate the journey. Love is all around you. There's love everywhere, all the time. Simply acknowledge this is truth. If you don't have love all around you, you find it within yourself and then you put it around you, right? If you've got pets, that's something that's around you. And how you can love the things around you. Love that you have air to breathe. Love that you have something to eat today. Love that you have survived your journey thus far. Love that you are capable of acknowledging the bad aspects within yourself and overcoming them. Love that people who were in your life but need to leave had time with you and you learned things with them, and that you're ready to let them go. Love that you are still capable of growing, and that your heart and your emotional self still has the capacity to grow and transform. I think I want one more card for you guys. And it's time to take action. Be bold and make the first move. It's time to take action. This is new moon energy. You are in a healing and growing zone, and you're taking action on that. You're taking action on your emotional growth. You're taking action on overcoming addictions and dark shadows. You're taking action on your own mental and emotional healing. You're taking action in making forward momentum on your 3D needs, goals, self, and desires. You're taking action on utilizing your resources. You're taking action on really reflecting and doing deep, honest work on your personal journey alone, without distracting yourself with other people and things. You're taking action on figuring out what your desire is, what your dream is, and how you can fuse that with your energy. You're taking action towards overcoming your pessimistic, self-fulfilling prophecies based on the traumas and horrible experiences that you've had. There is a win-win outcome forecast. All of your healing, all of the work in all these different areas is leading to multiple wins on multiple levels. You just need to believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible and believe in yourself, because other people might not always believe in you, and they might not believe in your dreams, and they might not see your vision. But as long as you see it, and as long as you understand it, or you got some kind of sense of where it's going and what you want to do with it, that's okay. It's like a painting that other people don't understand until they see it when it's completed. And that's okay. You don't need to resent people for not seeing your vision the way that you do, because they're not the ones envisioning it. You are. Your soul is. And they don't have the same soul as you. And that's okay. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. Okay, pile 3, this was your reading. I hope you got a lot out of this and that you enjoyed your time with me. I hope that you come back, and I look forward to interacting with you again soon. Bye.